Okay, yet another very, very nice saxophone. So, pretty rare that I get a new saxophone. Almost everything I have is like new or refurbished or something like that. This is what's called a B stock or open box model, where it's basically never been sold in the public, but it is basically brand new. So the cork looked like it never had cork grease on it before. There's not a scratch on it. Still the original strap, cork grease, all the jazz in it, and I have the original shipping box. So it was open probably for a convention or a show somewhere, put back in the box, and then shipped to me, actually straight from Japan. So the difference in the ones from Japan is they come with a foot peg, which is really, really nice. So if you're sitting in like a regular student chair at a school or something, you put it right on the floor. This one's a little too high, and the weight goes right down to that foot peg and or floor peg, and it's adjustable up and down, so you can get it just right. All you need is a little simple strap, and you're good to go. So another thing I just noticed, I've never seen, this must be a really recent manufacturing, because they went from a plastic button to metal. And why? Who knows? But anyhow, kind of classier to have a nice big brass button there instead of plastic. Huge, oversized, low A key. Again, if you see my other, 62 videos, it's all the same story. But a huge, oversized, low A key. Two arms going underneath all the key work. Two big fat ones. One's adjustable, one goes straight to the A, one goes straight to the B flat. So you're cutting that torque almost in half by using two arms under there instead of one. With the Yamaha and Yamaha, there's one little skinny arm coming all the way down to the A, and it's got to close everybody. So even right out of the box, brand new, it still needed a little tweaking. There was a couple pads that weren't quite right, and there's always the two screws for the G-sharp and 1 and 1 B flat screws weren't just quite right. They were a little too tight, and things weren't going down just right. Another unique feature of the 62 is it's got two, not one but two, upper body octave vents. I don't know if you can see a picture of them there. And they have to go up and down simultaneously, and a lot of times that's not happening. There, you can see it. And again, two of them. So it gets that real high range, real bright, and instead of being stuffy. So all the usual, good stuff. The tilter on the low B flat, which is really cool. So my test is you'll play a low C and go right to the A. Go to the C sharp. So from any table key or virtually any key below the D, you can go straight to the A. So pretty cool. A lot of horns you can't do that. A lot of them don't have the linkage between the low B natural and the low C sharp. There's a linkage here. I'll put it on the peg. And right here. And if it's not adjusted, it doesn't work. 90% of the horns come in, that adjustment's not there. So when you go from the B to the B flat, the C sharp wants to flutter open. If you try it, you can see that C sharp just wants to open. And with that properly adjusted, it won't. So you can go right from the C sharp. And then, of course, keyed all the way up to the high F sharp. I got a call the other day for a soprano up to a high G. I think it should be against the law. But they wanted it, and I did find them one. And again, it's just too screechy up there. So a high F sharp. Also the front F, this big bell's in the way, is right there. And again, instead of having to jump to it, all you have to do is just break your knuckle, and it's just sitting right there. So on my Mark 6 Bari, it's almost an inch away, and I'm just doing a really big flippity flop. Luckily, I don't have to use it that often, but when you do on all this modern stuff, again, you just roll to it, and it's right there. It's sort of like the A key on a clarinet. Pretty cool. And again, not a scratch on it. They always get banged up on the bottom. The floor peg's actually going to protect that a little bit. And all the way up and down the sides, not a scratch. Bell is absolutely perfect. Every one I get, bell's been smashed in, bottom's been smashed in, obliterated the dents down the side, and again in just absolutely perfect condition. The other place they always get whacked, I've got one that's just got a huge dent right up in here because this is exposed. Anything that gets exposed gets dented. So, get that off of there. So again, I don't see any watermarks where anybody's been down there. The pads have no watermarks on the pads, so basically a brand new saxophone with the floor peg. The case has wheels, which is really cool. Wheels on the case, never been installed. The factory mouthpiece, still in the box, ligature and cold cap. The original strap, which is pretty useless in my opinion, again, unless you're doing the floor peg. I include a harness, a real nice Bari harness with it, which is an extra bonus. So retails like over $13,000. This is going for roughly 1/2 of that, or about $1,000 under any advertised price out there. So it's just a fantastic value. I had 3 of them, and this is the last one. The first 2 just sold pretty quick. They were just slightly used, and I have another slightly used one on the way to me. They're impossible to find in the United States. They're just, I look every day and there aren't hardly any for sale at any reasonable price. So I've got contacts in Japan that are sending them now to me, and every time they find one, I just buy it. So even if I don't make very much money on it, just to have the 62 around is just wonderful. So, you know, figure the guys like Tower Power and all that stuff, you know, if you really want to honk, this is it. It's just got such a big bark, the closest intonation anybody's ever gotten. And again, you just subtone right down to that little A. And you can start right on the A, which is really hard. So we're going to quick little tune. Before that, I'm going to advertise the page where it's going to be on. It's going to go up tonight. www.stevegray.com. That's STVEGRAY, Saxes, that's plural, .com. So these don't. I've had these sell in 48 hours. I send it out to all the schools and all the pros and all the teachers, and a lot of times I'll get a call the same night and say, you know, it's sold. So don't hesitate. And again, you can't find one cheaper. You can't find one in nicer shape, and sometimes you just can't find one. So we're going to do a little quickie. Got to keep it short. Come on, here we go. 1, 2. I can't play it down there. It's too low. Anyhow, it's too slow and too low. Anyhow, just there it is. Foot peg that you don't get on very many Baris. It makes it really, really nice. If you're sitting playing a long concert, just put it on the foot peg or floor peg, whatever you want to call it, and just take all the weight off the horn. If not, again, I'm including a nice sax harness if you got to stand up and jump around. Not a scratch even around where the strap on. Be really careful to put the strap on, not to do any scratches. Also upgraded to a metal thumb rest. I just noticed most of them have the plastic thumb rest, where this one has metal. So they do things in Japan that they don't do for their market, that they don't do for over here. Anyhow, gotta run, running out of time.